Today is November 8th, and the show is Today's Life, where we discuss issues that concern the common citizen, and we try, no matter how heated the issue is, we try and break it to smaller particles that people will understand where we are coming from, and then we discuss how the common man see the whole issue, even when relevant authorities are giving their own feed. Thank you for joining us on Today's Live on ECWA TV Africa. We are glad that you are always with us. Please continue to stick onto this program and onto Equa Television. And today with me on the set, I have Joyce Iakori, and then I have Engineer Tony J. Nakali.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, Joyce, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Today's live, we're going to discuss another issue, even though it's an issue that we have been discussing last week. We felt Friday we should touch it and then settle with it on Friday, but we couldn't do that. And we feel today we should touch the different angles that concern that particular angle which we are discussing. We really miss you, and we know your hands are full because of activities, you know, that are before you, your itinerary. We're surprised seeing you today, but let's just a little update. How far so far?
I'm also surprised that I'm here. God is faithful. I think we should just leave it at that.
Well, I thought you would just give us a little update, because throughout last week you buried your head with the program, the album, the production, which we're anytime soon. We are hoping that it will be launched, and we feel. How was it?
Okay. I am more than excited that the projects are not just numbered, but they are achievable projects, and every day I see achievements in the things that I do. And I remember yesterday I was guest speaker somewhere, and somebody said, are you just like, are you coming out of a sickness? I said, why? He said, you look sick. I said, no, I don't look sick. I know what I look, you know. But you see, what fuels my anxiety most of the time is to see that you are making positive impact in the ministry, to the extent that you almost don't count the distractions around you, you know, because the achievements are way higher than the things that should ordinarily break you down. We came from Worship the King, and I think the next 2-3 days after Worship the King, I was on my way, and I planned my day. And you know, when you have superiors, the Equa president gave an assignment, I had to deal with it, and then we had to go to Abuja for 2 programs within the same weekend with Dr. Panampasi Paul, and I was guest speaker, and then another program, and then we came back to record the hymns again, which were for a total of 4 albums that we are hoping that God will help us to really achieve. The hymns are so dear to me. I think last night we slept very late trying to tidy the mix up, and and we have a dateline from the company that is doing the production. They said if we don't send them today, they will not meet the date, you know. But as a faith-filled person, I think we will send it whenever they are ready. We have a lot of projects coming out. The Pastors' Conference is from the 6th to the 10th, and I think we should dedicate one of the Today's Life towards that. Let's discuss it. Let's bring some of them to talk about what we are expecting and all that. And then Equa Television is playing a very mega role in the conference.
Wow.
A very mega role. Evangel Arts of Equa is going to be doing music throughout the conference. That is being confirmed. Equa Television is going to be covering the event. That is confirmed. Equa Television is powering the event. That is confirmed. Equa Television is building the set construction and set design. That is confirmed. See, that's another work. And I didn't want to say this on Equa Television, but is the build-up towards the preparations. I think a group of people came together to honor some people, including the Vice Chancellor of Benue State University. She's going to be awarded, and they found me worthy to be the media giant of the year, and it's holding on the 28th of November. So when I go to collect that award, the next day I pull the cloth off and I head to the ground where work starts for me, because we have to construct the stage. I mean, we're talking ECWA International Pastors Conference. It has to be nothing less than standard, you know. So stage has to be constructed. I have teams of people coming in from various places, and from that 28th, I don't think I have to come back to Jos. I stay in Abuja to make sure everything is going to be wonderful for the conference. And then we have a magazine, God's willing, we're launching on that day. It's going to be dedicated. We have the ECWA documentary that ECWA Television made as an assignment from the ECWA executive. It's going to be launched on that day. We have the ECWA Television documentary that will be launched on that day too. And then we have been posting 14 albums, but in real sense, they are not 14. As far as work is concerned, they are not 14. There are the hymns also have videos. So you see, there are 4 videos from the hymns. So that's like 18. And then the Panambande album has videos. That's 19. And then the documentary, that's 20, 21. So we're doing like 22 things that will be dedicated. And if you don't ask God for strength to drive you through, you know, and Solo, when you set out to do a thing like that, you have to be the one to keep talking to yourself. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Because people around you might even be a discouraging factor. Don't you think we should reduce this? Take it one day at a time. You know, get discouragement here and there. But you know, you have to, like I say, what fuels my anxiety is the achievements. And then I have wonderful people around too, staff that you can call on and look at the recording we did. And then people came out, and it was massive.
Wow.
So I think if I don't say anything else in this show, I've done my part.
I was about to stop you and said, okay, I think we should create a show that will really have an update for all of these things that are going. I can see the reason why you're looking the way you're looking. Even
honestly,
though some people
my body
understand.
is tired, but as a matter of fact, my spirit is highly illuminated. And I think
that's
if your spirit is high up there, you know, it doesn't matter what your body says.
Yeah. Well, viewer, this is just a little update by the from the general manager of ECWA Television Africa. You know, he has been away. He has been off camera for some time, so you can see, you know, all that he just mentioned. This is what all of ECWA TV staff bury their head, you know, to make sure that something qualitative is out there, you know, from the production to broadcasting, you know, and the total of what it takes for someone to have something that had to do with media. We are capable, and God is helping us. Thank you so much, sir, for your leadership. Thank you for the strength that God is giving you, and we pray that God will help us even as we do more for His kingdom. The topic of discussion today is the impact of insecurity on our nation. So we just want to see how so far, you know, what the insecurity have generated. Are we really coming out of it, or we are stagnant, or we are just there? It's something that we really want to look at, because it's a thing of a concern for the Nigerian citizen. You know, they really want, because insecurity, I can say, is the bedrock, because anywhere there's no security. Security is the bedrock for any development. Anywhere there's insecurity, nothing moves, everything stands still. So we want to look at the issue of economy, education, agriculture, and other sector, and see how far we are going. Joyce, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. We've been discussing, we looked at insecurity general, you know, on Thursday, and then today we said let's look at the impact on agriculture education, and then other sector. How it even affects us, even the media setting, you know, on the paper, you know, there's this news about this stopping of importation of rice. That's agri. You talk about agri sector. Then, you know, with the issue of insecurity, you know, that we are faced with, from Boko Haram to banditry to herdsmen, name them. They are just different names. They are just there. And then looking at agriculture now, that's what I want us to focus. Look at prices of commodities, you know, in the market. How far so far?
The effects of insecurity.
He asks you like you are a market woman.
Yes. I'm already thinking, what do I say?
She loved going to market. So for the reason why I put it, you know, to see from your little assessment and then from people you relate with, you know, a bag of rice now is 30,000 naira.
I think you should ask people who love going to the market for the purpose of buying food stuff rather than for the purpose of buying clothes.
You know, it has to do with trade and commerce. It has to do with our economy. And we are talking agriculture. That's like a high percentage of money gotten from, like, the revenue of Nigeria. It comes from agriculture. That is the farming, production, sales, imports, exports, and all of that. Now we're talking the insecurity. Most people would think, what would that have to do with, you know, our agriculture sector? But we've heard reports of farmers being killed on their farms, even in Jos Plateau State, where farmlands were destroyed. You know, that's a very big. There's a very big effect in our food insecurity.
Productivity is threatened.
Yes, productivity too is threatened. So many of these issues, you might just think, okay, it's just a fight between one tribe or the other, or one religion or the other, or just a sector that would not even have any effect on you. But it goes a long way, you know, to show that effect even in the nation. Because if we're talking, you mentioned the importation of rice. You know, rice has been smuggled into the country, and you know there is already the federal government warning or the ban that we shouldn't have foreign rice and all. We should produce our own rice locally, distribute, and maybe export. We'll get to the point of even exportation. But right now, if we're fighting that and there is no much energy given into securing our farmlands, then we're heading towards hunger. And we're heading towards a low economy where we don't have anything to export. We don't even have anything to consume. Talking than even going into talking of exportation. First of all, we have to talk about consumption. We have to talk about the local trade and commerce that's going to the market, having access to rice, having access to foodstuff, I'm talking rice because of the importation. But we have so many of our locally made or produced food crops that should be cash crops of the nation, but you know, with the insecurity, with the effect of the insecurity in our farmland. I think this year we've recorded low input from agriculture because of the is it the headers farmers clash, then the destruction of farmlands. And you know, Jos Plateau State is known for its vegetables, for its food. Even Benue State is known for food. You know, it's the food basket of a nation. But if these states that are known for this are not able to produce, you know, in quality, they are not able to produce in bulk to even transport to other states, then there will be hunger in the country.
Well, almost every state in Nigeria, I don't think there is a state in Nigeria that doesn't farm. I don't think so. It's just that the productivity of some are way higher than the rest. If you look at Plateau, for instance, they farm almost everything.
Yes.
If you go to Benue, they farm a lot. Most of the fruits that are consumed in this country Benue, oranges and all that. They do yams too and all of that. And if you go to Nasarawa State too, they farm too. You know, and yesterday I was with someone who is highly placed in government, but he was making phone calls about his farm.
Oh.
He's telling people, okay, you see, we are late. We are supposed to have, you know, sown potato. It's exactly 2 months. We should reap before the Christmas. We are late. Tomorrow, let's. And he's a government, like he's a very, and you know, it's a fruitful venture. It's a fruitful venture. Howbeit, a lot of things have come to tarnish that fruitfulness. A lot of things, and in one word, you can sum everything up to say terrorism.
Yeah.
You can call it terrorism because I am even a little bit skeptical about what Nigerians will eat next year. Because this year, most of the people who farm, they couldn't farm all the way like the four corners of their farmlands because they would only do it as far as they can provide their security. The rest of the places, they tell you these people are around that place. So like somebody who has 10 hectares can only farm 3 out of 10. Someone who has 20 can only farm 7 out of that. And I don't know, God has to do his miracle, but it has been so threatened. Productivity has been threatened, like from that sector. It has been threatened, and something that, in my opinion, has been paid no mind. Because the people that should pay the mind to it, they don't care, because whether there's food or not, they can even import what they have banned, the importation, just to eat. You know, not minding the people that are, you know, our own citizens and all of that. So if you really look, you know, deep into this issue of productivity, productivity has been tempered with, just like you said, even the media sector. Productivity has been tempered with in every ramification. Nobody feels safe. Education, you are not safe. Religion, you are not safe. Work, you are not safe. In your business, you are not safe, because look at now, one of our directors, his son has been kidnapped. Just yesterday, just the day before yesterday.
Again.
Yes. And these people are having a swell day. You arrest them, they grant them bail. They go back, they do the same thing. You arrest them, and government, this is something that is more important than the ban of Twitter. Do you understand? I'm not saying, government, you have rights to ban anything you want to ban. But you see, you know, putting restrictions on phone calls in some states and all of that, while these people have other means of communication, it's still, that's not the issue. I think the government should rush back to the Constitution and try to like look into some of this. We didn't have kidnappings in Nigeria some 10-15 years ago. It's so rampant now. I remember one time, I think it was India. If you were caught a kidnapper, they erased your entire family, your wife, your children, everybody. They believe these people are associated. They wiped it. That was how they dealt with kidnapping in India. I think it was India also. But in Nigeria today, you find out that the kidnapper will be arrested. 2-3 weeks later, the guy is on the streets. A hardened criminal is arrested. And they caught, I don't know what kind of law we operate. Before you know, they say, pay a fine of this, or you stay 2 years in prison. These guys, they have like a wide network that amount you are calling, the smallest person in that camp can pay it and get you out. Why can't you get these people? These people are dangerous loosed. Why can't you just get these people, like, reduce them in the nation, reduce them? If you ask every Nigerian their opinion today about people who are into acts like that, if they are caught, what should they do? I'm telling you, 90% of Nigerians will tell you, kill them. They are not. It's not healthy for the country leaving these people alive.
You are saying the opinion of a common man out there, and then the government is saying. You remember we talked about the issue of napping. You know, when some community will just decide whether a rapist or a cultist or anybody that they feel disturb the community, they pass the judgment there and then, because they feel like reporting is not even the issue, because at the end of the day they will definitely see the person back in the community, so they just feel doing that, even though it's not right, but in some cases it helps, because they feel that reduces the well, I want to read from this. Is a high placed person, and then what we are discussing, you can just easily narrow it there, because those people are people that makes the laws. You know, this is the Chairman Senate Committee on Local Content. Local content, you just elaborated everything, because we are talking local content. Anything that we generate within the country now is being threatened. Name it, whether agriculture, name it. Now this guy is the chairman of Chairman Senate Committee on Local Content, Senator Teslim Folari. He has alerted that the statistics of insecurity in Nigeria is rising in great geometric proportions. Senator Folari said this in Ibadan during while he was delivering 2021 University of Ibadan Alumni Association and Oyo branch lecture titled "The Challenges of Governance and Insecurity in Nigeria," held at the University of Ibadan. According to the senator representing Oyo Central Senatorial District, the rising of insecurity is already having a negative effect in and across the country, which are facts, but were dangerously familiar. And now a senator is saying this, and you talked about law. Okay, all we hear, sir, is when people are being attacked. You will hear these people are being attacked in my senatorial district or in my state. We call for 1 minute silence. Then you start asking, 1 minute silence, is that all that the legislators can offer? What are the laws? Our own constitution, what is it saying? And then people are calling, declare these people that are inflicting pain, terror on Nigerian citizens, taxpayers, you know, declare them terrorists, and then the whole place is being quiet. I wanted to ask you earlier, you are privileged, you are someone that is highly placed there, you mingle with someone. You mingle, what I'm trying to say, you mingle with some of these leaders.
Before people start thinking that I was a senator or something.
So do they have an idea? You know, we have what we call aides. These are people that they are ground soldiers. They bring report. They tell you what is happening. You know, how can we win election? That they will give you. They will tell you the strategy. But when it comes to issue, when there are problems down the grassroots, they tell you a different thing. What I'm trying to say, do they have an idea that really people are that tight, are passing through this particular situation that we are discussing here?
So you have to know when somebody said something is of selfish interest. That is what plays in our houses of assembly and even at national level. Do we not have a criminal law in Nigeria? We do. What does it say? What does it say? The state governor is the chief security officer of the state. There are people we know on the plateau that were arrested, and we heard that they didn't do anything. But the chief security officer, whether in plateau, whether in a different state, they say, hold these people till. That means a governor of a state has serious influence on the law in his state. You get the point?
Yes.
Right. If a governor says, when somebody is arrested on the grounds of rape, on the grounds of kidnap, on the grounds of this, grant no bail. In my state, I was at a palace one time, and an emir precisely in Bauchi State, so one of the local governments during Salah. I was one of the aides then, so we went there. And he said, in his own jurisdiction, an entire local government, he said, if anybody is caught with arms, kill him. An emir said that. An emir is not a government official. An emir does not write anything into law. An emir is subjected under the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He said that, and it stood. It stood. Sir, he said, if somebody enters your house and stole food or something, meaning beat him and let him go. But if he is caught with any kind of weapon, kill him. And Emir said that it stood. I don't have to tell you the kind of people that were there. I don't have to tell you. So if an emir would wake up to say that, how much more a governor? How much more a governor? A governor in a state controls virtually everything in the state. Whether he does it lawfully or otherwise, he controls that. So what are we saying? If we want the issue of kidnap to stop right this moment, it will stop. If we want the issue of terrorism to stop right this moment, it will stop. We are not fools at Nigeria. Nigerians are very intellectual. At one point, terrorists mentioned some people's names. They said these people should speak on our behalf. In this country, it was a national. Everybody took that story. Everybody heard them. Everybody knew. We have senators that have been, that there were claims that these senators were attached. They had something to do with these people. These senators are still serving.
And some governors too.
We had governors whose names have been mentioned. These people serving are still serving. We have, how many people do we have in the Senate? How many people do we have in the House of Reps? And these people are lawmakers. And this thing is thriving every day right underneath their nostrils. They are incapacitated. There is no other word you can use besides that. They are incapacitated. They can't do anything.
I agree with you, because if a governor will say,
whether you agree or not, whether you agree right now, we don't care whether whatever you come out to the news to say. We work with the reality of what we see. We don't care about what you say, press statements and all that. These things are nonsense. They don't make sense to any single Nigerian. Right now, okay, we did the 1st October show. What did Reverend Hayab say? He said, after one attack, ECWA president will come out, issue a press statement. Nobody cares about that now. He will come out as CAN chairman, issue press statement. Nobody will care about that. Even the statement, the speech of the president of Nigeria, it has been so watered down that people don't even give any single mind to it. So where are we going to as a nation? Nobody speaks for people to hear. Nobody speaks for people to hear. And that is why we keep agitating and we keep telling people, even on this show, look at what is going on in Anambra in the elections. Is it Anambra? Yes, Anambra in the elections. PDP is losing out. APC is losing out.
APC is calling for the cancellation.
No, they can't call for that. They can't. The APC is a bunch of shame.
They are alleging rigging.
Do you understand? Yeah. Who is the proprietor of rigging in Nigeria? Do you understand what I'm saying? Nigerians are very tired. This is a clear-cut indicative of what is going to happen in the whole country in 2023. People don't care about party anymore, and that is what we have been telling people right from when we started today's life. Look at the pedigree of the man that you are voting. Don't care about his party. Even if he's the only human being in the party, if the INEC says this man is a qualified candidate and he's contesting, you can vote him. Who cares? Who cares? So look at what is happening. Right now, I watched your show the other day. You were talking about jungle justice and how people take laws into their hands. Nigerians are taking laws into their hands, using their thumb. They're voting the people that they know can speak for them. Until we all wake up as Nigerians and determine that we are tired of this nasty situation and we need a headway for our nation, the government cannot do it. It's proven. They can't do it. They would have done it. Their relatives have been kidnapped. They paid ransom. Government officials have been kidnapped. They pay ransom. People, top government officials have been killed. Look at Melafia. Until today, nothing happened. Nobody told us how the man died, what killed him, nothing. Of course, we know. But then, at least we don't know what killed him, but we know the stories. Before they come and start asking me how did he die. You understand? So the basic fact is, honestly, we need to give a very big credit for ECWA executive for making ECWA television. Because what people say that they hear and believe from ECWA television, so no, it's not something you joke with. I said it the other day. I said our lives have been given for this cause.
Yes.
So whether you are talking about people who have been into this kind of evil deeds, and then they are arrested, and then they take them to the police station, and nothing happens, and then the people are taking laws into their hands. Let me tell you. Let me even ask you a question. What's the difference between the police cell and where they live? There is no difference.
That's a strong one.
Yes, sir. There's no difference. They are used to that place. Like government, what else can you do? Is this is the best you can do? Let's go. Is it not police station? Let's go. And then they know the police will get tired one day. They will release them. They will go back to the same activity. We say our prisons are now correctional facilities. How many people have we corrected? We say the prison is a correctional facility. How many people have we corrected? As crime grows, if you don't update your laws, crime will deal with you. Crime will deal with you. See, someone stole. He was caught stealing. Why is he granted bail? Why should you grant him bail? Over something he's guilty of. He should serve his time. Without bail, this issue of bail, why can't we look deep into it? I think our lawyers should talk about that on Wednesday.
Yes.
I think our lawyers should talk about that on Wednesday. There are people that have been arrested and locked unlawfully. They are not granted bail. Some people are arrested with yes. Some people are arrested with this crime you committed and people have seen you.
And they are out.
You are caught, but you are in the streets right now. And then they tell you, like they do in America, they give you a parole officer. In Nigeria, they tell you anytime, we call it shorty here anyway.
Yes.
They just tell you, bring your shorty. He comes, they say, okay, he has to appear in court every Tuesday.
They have to bring him.
Is that something difficult for a criminal to do? He will just put Tuesday as a day aside not to be a criminal and show up. After that, he goes back to his criminal activities. Imagine, Solo, at every level of crime, people suffer. Look at Jos. There are places you go to at 7 p.m. in Jos. Today, as I'm talking, the streets are quiet.
Quiet like grief.
Why? Because people know that it's either your phone, your money, or even you are killed.
You are killed.
You are shot. And I heard that these guys, when you shoot them, the bullets don't penetrate.
Yes.
So what law is the government putting for Odeshi? We have to start thinking,
yes,
and we have to start looking deep within.
Yes.
Like, what else can the government do? Government, if this thing is taking the name of your country to the mud, of course it's already in the thick mud. If it's taking, what can we do as a matter of urgency? Now, everything from last year, no government official is serious about any other thing apart from 2023. How do I come back? To do what? Ask yourself, come back to do what? We didn't feel your impact all the while you are in that office.
Suffered when you were in office.
Joyce, what these people consider as good governance is to buy small cars and share, buy bikes and share, buy this and share, bring rice and share. When can we gravitate? When can we move up? When can we move up? Somebody was telling me that he did 11-kilometer road. And I told him, I said, in 3 months, you are doing 4 years and you are bragging of 11-kilometer road. And you're asking me to do you a documentary. And I asked him, where would the materials be? So I will shoot a 11-kilometer road in how many minutes documentary? What will I show?
No, from the clearing to the awarding.
No, we should stop that. We should stop that. Some people should have some shame.
Okay, yeah, well spoken. The same person is lamenting there are more out-of-school children than ever before.
Who is the same person?
The chairman, Senate Committee on Local Content. Well, he was presenting his own speech on the Alumni Association of Oyo State Branch, the University of Ibadan, the Oyo State branch. And then he's saying there are out of school children more than ever before. So he's trying to say this is the impact, and then the clashes of herders, farmer, which we talked about, that contributed to even the issue of food scarcity that we talked about. Now the issue of education. See how they will just come and pack students in hundreds and they move with them. And they are even asking for canopy and even the rice that we are talking about. You understand, Joyce? And then the government is saying, okay, one of the paper reported that teachers lost their members, their colleagues, over 800 in Northeast, just because of insecurity. 800. These people are breadwinners. They are people's parents. They are human beings. Just to summarize it, they are human beings.
Even if they are irresponsible, they don't deserve to die that way.
No one deserves to die. And we're talking about protection of lives and properties. And if you cannot tag these people that are doing this evil, bandits, unknown gunmen, like we have the new invasions or whatsoever they are now called, so many of these things, tag them as a terrorist group. I don't know if the government is scared that, okay, when they're being tagged that way, then it will be in Nigeria that, okay, we have the issue of terrorism, and we'll maybe foreign investors, will be scared to come into the country. But as it is now, who doesn't know about the insecurity problem?
We don't even care about, our problem is not for people to come and invest. We have not had people come to invest in the past how many decades we can't count, but we are still surviving. What we want right now is for them to deal with the issues of insecurity. Do we have people on social media talking about this show?
Yes, we do, and I would like to take some of the comments. We have Israel Daniel. He says, I think the cost of things needed to run the farm is truly skyrocketing, causing so much issues with farmers on their production without profit. I know a number of people that haven't gone back to farm again because the cost of the things they need to run their farm successfully making profit. Rather, it keeps growing high, and sadly the market forces are in favoring the farmer as well. Then we have another fan, Anointed Ishaya, who says, most at times we people are the ones causing the cost of things in the market because we are not truthful to ourselves. What is supposed to be sold at the rate of 5 naira because maybe we heard that dollar has risen, will skyrocket things for our own selfish interests. Then if we continue like this, who will help who? So please, we should not just say, I think he's trying to say, we should not just say and pray. Let the transformation come from the first. And I know profit is good, but too much of it is bad in the sense that not everyone can afford things in the market. Then we have Mamza Aki Darjo, who says, Engineer Tony, God bless you and guide you. Kudos to the ECWA. To ECWA, Nigeria need more counselors. Politicians have turned the masses to their slaves. Platoon need to shine their eyes come 2023 so that they won't vote another slave to Northern roadmap. These are some of the comments from Facebook.
Yeah. Thank you for airing your own
keep
view.
them coming
Just let them keep coming as we take them. So I'm just trying to see how we look at the educational sector, from what I just read now, more out of school children. That is a fact. Are we going back to school like anytime soon? because even parents are even scared now to send their children to school, because they feel, okay, I send my child, they said, okay, you need education, because they're hoping that tomorrow you will be a leader of tomorrow, so you have to go through certain training. And then the father is saying, just stay at home, I better see you alive than taking you to school, and then someone picks you and is asking for money, and maybe I don't have a means to pay. And then look at the loss we just mentioned, 800 teachers in Northeast alone. That one is just the one that is being reported, you know, from the paper. And you know, when paper report, you can imagine the number. You understand? You know,
the effect of this insecurity on education is, it shows that no one is safe. If these children, young children, are exposed to, you know, so many of these ills, then I don't know if anyone is safe too in Nigeria. We've been reporting about bandits entering, gaining access to school structures to even adopt children. The last one was the University of Abuja, where bandits gained entrance into the staff quarters and kidnapped some professors and their children, even though yes, it is reported that they have been rescued. And more of the testimony was that they trekked for long hours in the forest. They were exposed to so many things, and the hunger too was there. Who is really safe? And the father of one of the child said, I think he was 9 or 11, about 9 to 11. Imagine a child exposed to these ills. How safe can he be? The trauma, the after effect of everything on him. So it's not, if you even think, okay, just education, maybe they are trying to bring down education, nobody should go to school again. No, it's not that. It's about every sector of the economy in Nigeria. It's about agriculture, just like we've talked about. It's about commerce and trade. It's about education too. It's even about foreign investors, you know, trying to scare them away, not to come into the country to invest or build up structures or whatsoever, because then too they are not safe. Then the other day I was reading, or I watched a video of a foreigner. He's a popular blogger that goes, he travels around the world, and he was reporting that he has traveled all, like mostly most countries in the world, but he has never seen a country like Nigeria. Why? Because of the corruption. That at the airport, he mentioned the name of the airport. At the airport, where you get there and you don't want your bags to be searched, there's a man that you are supposed to pay. If you have maybe excess Lagos International, if you have excess luggage, there's someone that you should pay. If you are carrying something that is not supposed to be, there is somebody. The video went viral, and I was like, I went to the comment section, because anytime I see videos like that, I like to know the opinions of people. And some people were like, you should even thank God that you're not being kidnapped. And you know, it is a tag already. Yes.
That didn't mean anything to them. Like that's normal.
You know, that you should even thank God that you are not kidnapped. Then somebody was like, YT. That's like a big amount of money already to the business of kidnappers. So imagine that's us now, Nigerians, talking about this. We already know these things. Like, you are not even safe, even as a Nigerian. Just the other day we were saying, you are in your country and you are not even safe as a Nigerian. Where will you be? It's not like, okay, you travel to another country and you're being kidnapped. No, you are in your own country and you're being kidnapped. So this is a fight in all sectors of the economy. And the money that are supposed to be used, you know, to develop one thing or the other, build up structures, maybe invest in schools, or maybe give scholarship to students or whatsoever, is being pushed into these ills, is being pushed into sponsoring, into funding the sector of the banditry and the unknown gunmen and what have you. Be it fundings from paying of ransom, because they don't ask for change or little things. No. Be it that, or is he equipping your the defense, equipping the paramilitary to go into the forest or move to, you know, arrest some of these people that are into it. Then at the end of the day, with all this effort, with all this energy that is being put, you are being arrested, or they are being arrested. Then they are announced that, okay, maybe 100 and something bandits were arrested, but they repented. what did we do at the end of the day? We didn't do really anything, because at the end of the day, did you show us the processes of their repentance, or did you show us the processes of them being in the correctional facilities? Or why do we practice selective justice? If these people can be given this amnesty, if these people can be pardoned,
let everybody in the prisons in Nigeria repent, and then you release them.
You have energy for other things. You have energy for the IPOB. You have energy for some type of criminals. You have, like somebody will say, the federal government is always fighting people that have money in Nigeria because they don't want competition. And it's true, when you have so much money and you are being in the news that this is it, before you know, EFCC will start looking into that. Energy should be put into safeguarding lives and properties. That energy should be put into, even as slightly as making a comment. There was a time that someone on Twitter, a Twitter user, made a comment on Twitter. He said it was an insult, that this is just the beginning, that Nigerians don't know what is about to go down, that education whatsoever is not part of their religion, so he is supported. And nothing was done about it. It was reported that it was just a careless saying. But if you at the other side makes this type of comments, you know what you're about, you know what will be done at the end of the day. So if the government, if the federal government will not look into the business of this insecurity to really curb it, remove it from the root, then just like we said, it's a network with branches. If they are conquering one place, they are moving to another to conquer. If they are conquering a sector and you feel, okay, that's where the eye is, they are moving to another. Just the other day, we reported the problem or the attack at the NDA, you know, in Kaduna, and it's so worrisome, it's laughable.
What have you heard after that about it?
Nothing.
That is the academy where people are trained.
How to defend their nation.
Sir. Yes,
and
sir.
people are coming from
It is
other
it is expected that those who are training, they should know more than those that they have trained.
Exactly.
You are training somebody on how to wage a war, or how to expect people, or when people come unexpectedly, this is how you fight them. These people came on unexpectedly and nothing happened.
And pick some people.
Pick some people. Look at what happened in the okay, we have this coming in from Reverend Hayab from Kaduna, the Khan chairman of Kaduna. He said bandits killed 2 of 66 abducted in Kaduna Baptist worship, 3 injured. 2 of the 66 worshippers abducted on Sunday, 31st of October 2021 at Emmanuel Baptist Church, Kakaudaji, Chikun local government of Kaduna State, have been killed by their captors. The bandit opened fire on 5 of their victims on Saturday, 6 November 2021, and killed 2, while 3 others were seriously injured and are currently in the hospital. The lives of Kaduna abducted worshippers are in danger and require urgent intervention of government and security agencies. The security in Kaduna State has continued to grow beyond our imagination, and it is threatening the process. Okay, the insecurity, in Kaduna State has continued to grow beyond our imagination and is threatening the peace of the nation. CAN, that's Christian Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State, is appealing to well-meaning individuals, organizations, those in authority, especially the federal government and the international community, to come to our rescue. To come to our rescue. It's sad that we are waking up to a Nigeria that people are calling others to come to their rescue. The evil we are experiencing is more than what an ordinary person in Kaduna and Nigeria can handle. CAN is appealing to all Christians and people of our state to be united in fighting this evil and be watchful. Reverend Joseph John Hayab, Chairman, CAN Kaduna State.
Wow. And talking about economy, Kaduna is one of the states that telecom have been shut down. So you can imagine
how effective has that been?
Yes, in the economy, this is a sector that contribute. You know, people buy SIM cards, people recharge their phone, people buy data, and you can imagine that sector alone what it does to the economy of the country. And then the reason is that is because they want to see how they would checkmate people that even give them information and how they communicate, and means that and adoption. is being taken place. And I believe that's the reason why this voice is so loud, calling the people from even outside to come to their aid.
To come to their rescue. Okay, somebody is talking from Facebook. I think it's somebody who earlier commented that Joyce read. Wampana Mamza Akidarju. It says, to add to it, sir, how is it wrong for a speaker of a state to speak for his people? Lalong is pretending as if he's not involved in assembly crisis. But we all know that the power from is deeply, I don't know what he's trying to say. He said power from is deeply involved. Why would police take side and the governor is silent? But one thing is certain, power is temporal and transient. Okay, I think this issue of the Plateau State House of Assembly, we should treat it one of these days on Equa Television. Let's get the opposition, the two parties together. Let's get top government officials. Let's bring them here and have a chit chat with them. Let people know what is happening on the plateau. And then if we are able to maybe put the call through to the governor and talk with him, let's know if we can also get the impeached speaker and the supposed impeached speaker, and let people get to know the fact, because we are not interested in the things that happen politically. We are just interested in the peace of the nation, like we did to, God rest his soul, Balaban Tex and the people of Kaduna State, and that brought great healing to the places where they all come from. Yeah.
Well, I think that will go a long way, because already in Plateau there's a sharp divide. You know,
there's a sharp divide. The devil really knows what Plateau is made up of and where Plateau is headed at, and the devil would not want that to really happen. So the people of Plateau should remain united and be prayerful. You know, it's just a matter of time. All of these things, they shall pass. In the 1st October show, we asked our religious leaders if it was okay to present a candidate, and then they said yes. And Tony Nakale has been working real hard. I've been talking with people, and then we have a political summit with all Christian politicians from ERCC, from COKIM, from EQUA, from Baptist, from EYN, all the northern churches in Nigeria. We have all of their approvals. We're working on a document why we are doing this, and then we are going to present a candidate. Yes, if you didn't hear me well, we are presenting a candidate. There's nothing wrong. I saw 2 days ago how that a presidential candidate, he has not declared, but we all know, he sat in a mosque. And then he was on a chair, and then his imams were praying for him. What is wrong if the church does that? That is an endorsement, and everybody will follow suit. So we are calling all our religious leaders. If you are a Christian and you have sense, when you see us doing something like that, you should understand the language. With these few words of mine, the show has come to an end.
All right, Joyce.
And I stand with him on that. All
right. So, our viewers out there, thank you so much for staying with us. And for our community, TLC, you know, we really thank you for your input, and keep them coming. If you wouldn't take them today, definitely the next show will air your view there. And for our followers out there, please keep a faith with us at Equa Television Africa, and just wait for more programs, inspiring ones that are coming. Stick with us, and thank you for doing this with us today, and then see you tomorrow, God's willing. Remain blessed.